We're delighted to be here in Tullamore at a signature event celebrating the success of our journey, the ongoing drive for greater sustainability, and our objective to enable sustainability throughout the region and beyond. As a company, we historically have had two remits. Our first remit is to support Ireland's energy security using Ireland's natural resources. Where this used to be achieved using peat and other fossil fuels, we are now generating far more using clean, renewable sources of energy. This new sustainable supply of energy will, in the decades to come, enable new enterprise and new ventures across the region. Our other historical remit to support the economic development of the Midlands region is also now to be delivered in a new sustainable way. Where for many decades in the 20th century we provided peat extraction jobs that in turn supported communities across the region, today we are providing high-tech and a range of other sustainable jobs in areas including renewable energy, recycling and rehab of peatlands. We are also proud to be delivering on our historical remit by enabling employment in other companies who, like ourselves, are helping to build a new sustainable future for the region and for Ireland. I want to particularly commend the 8 Accelerate Green companies who have already proven their own sustainable credentials and are now on their own exciting expansion and growth journeys. I wish each and every one of them the very best for the future. Our own experience as Bord-na-Móna moving quickly from an old 20th century business model to a sustainable business model shows that national energy security, along with supporting healthy, thriving communities and providing good sustainable employment, are not all mutually exclusive. These are mutually supportive, complementary objectives. None of what we have achieved would have happened without our employees. So on behalf of the board, I want to thank the employees of the company, together with management led by our Chief Executive, Tom Donnellan, for never wavering in pursuit of the objective of building a new sustainable Bord-na-Móna. There were difficult decisions to be made throughout, including reducing the cost base of the company to ensure our commercial viability. These difficult decisions, however, were a key enabler of the bright future the company has today. This group of people have now completed a great journey and together rebuilt an iconic Irish company. In my mind, there has never been a better time for Bord-na-Móna or to be an employee of the Bord-na-Móna Group. The work of transition has been completed. It is a climate solutions company at the cutting edge of many of the great issues of today, delivering national policy in respect of climate action, energy security, the circular economy, biodiversity, and regional development. All of this is terrific news for very many people. Bord-na-Móna are hiring again. The company is enabling employment opportunities directly and through partnerships such as the Accelerate Green programme. All of this means that current and future generations will have the opportunity to be part of realising a better future for the region and the country. Thanks again to everybody for helping making this happen. The programme that has gone on since last October and the work of putting together today, those events and this event don't happen by accident. It takes a lot of work, effort and dedication to bring it all together. And in that regard, for Bord-na-Móna, that has been led by Pamela, who all of you know. And on behalf of everybody involved, I want to particularly say thanks to Pamela this morning for all of the work she's done in making all of this happen over an extended period and indeed in putting together today as well. So you might just show your appreciation for the work of Pamela. And finally, I'm now doing Margaret's job for a minute. We have a video message from our Minister Eamon Ryan, which I think is now going to be played. So thank you all very much.
Good morning, everyone. And I regret very much I can't be with you there today. I have to attend a conference that the International Energy Agency is organising in Denmark. But I look forward to hearing about the proceedings. And I noticed that you have a really good and interesting list of people who are going to be presenting and sharing their ideas today. I think it's really appropriate. That's Board Namona setting out to look at what's this sustainable future for our country. And that the title of the conference, as I see it, this idea of accelerating green, is how you're framing it. I think that's exactly the right approach. The scale of the challenge we have is beyond compare to meet our climate targets, but also to provide energy security for our people at a time when we're seeing the increasing disadvantages in reliance on fossil fuels, both for the environment, for our pocket, and for the security of our country. So we need to accelerate green to go in an alternative, renewable and energy efficient direction. In government, that's exactly the centre of our plans for the next 2.5 years. We have the right strategic plans in place in our Climate Action Plan, in the National Development Plan, the National Planning Framework. But what we need to do now is focus on delivery and accelerating delivery. To do that, we're setting up 6 acceleration or leadership task forces to see could we learn the lessons from how we worked in COVID and in Brexit, to break down the silos between government departments, to bring in other agencies and bring in outside expertise so that we learn to act fast and we can deliver change quickly. The 6 task forces are in the area of offshore energy, in sustainable mobility, in how we heat our buildings, how we deliver all this in a just transition, how we communicate about climate change, and last but not least, how we manage our land, how we do a land use review which optimises for the development and prosperity of rural Ireland, family farms, but also storing carbon, restoring biodiversity, reducing pollution, and doing it in a way that is sustainable, that gets away from the current insecure and polluting systems. I think Board Namona are really well placed to hold this conference. They've shown in the last few years that they are able to switch from brown to green. They've shown that they can deliver projects of real scale and rest on the tradition that the company's founded on, real connection to the people, particularly in the Midlands, where they're trusted, where they have knowledge about our bogs and how we manage land and how we manage energy. Board Namona has always been a great logistics company, and now that expertise, that engineering expertise, and expertise in the skilled resources they have within their workforce and in the local community, it's what's going to be needed. So I wish you well with the conference. I think it's exactly the right title and the right subject matter, and the way it's been framed today and the list of speakers being brought in should make it really interesting, informative, and help us accelerate. It's what we all need to do to this greener, more sustainable, more secure direction. Geoff Meagher.